Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to Acoustic Antidote. This upload will be slightly different from the ones before. I want to take the opportunity to properly introduce Acoustic Antidote to you. Back in 2008, I founded Acoustic Antidote at a soothing music recommendation blog with a few friends. The project went into hiatus after 2 years when I focused on other pursuits, but it was always in the back of my mind. It was during the pandemic in 2020 when I was meditating one day and heard the birds singing outside my window that I realized nature soundscapes is an extra element that I needed to revive the project and take it to the next level. This time, I wanted it to be not just about recommending soothing music, but to fully unleash the potential of the three related fields, namely music psychology, nature soundscapes, and acoustic ecology. I started to read up the knowledge in these fields, and here are some examples of research findings that I can share with you. In neuroscience research, there are a few different types of brainwaves that are associated with different states of mind. The most familiar one to us might be the alpha brainwave from 8 to 12 Hz, which is during relaxation and an effortless state of consciousness. It describes the microscopic neural oscillation that are between 8 to 12 cycles per second. In a 2013 research from Roanoke College, researchers found that listening to the genre that you like is especially important for producing alpha brainwaves. In another research paper, Relaxing Music for Anxiety Control, published in 2011, the researchers set out to investigate exactly what components of the music contribute to its relaxing effect. The result describes the characteristics in the order of importance such as tempo, melody, beat, harmony, rhythm, and so on. Findings such as these all become the foundation to understand how music can help us adjust to a comfortable state of mind. In terms of nature sounds, the research led by Dr. Cassandra to investigate the effects on the brain of listening to nature sounds suggests that, compared to artificial soundscapes, nature soundscapes induce an increase in the activity in the parasympathetic system, which is the autonomous system in our body in charge of resting and digesting. It's one of the direct evidences to support the potential for nature soundscapes to improve our psychological well-being. And lastly, I want to mention the field of acoustic ecology. During the last few decades, researchers from this field are showing us that nature soundscapes offers a precious perspective to understand ecology beyond our visual observation. Through a spectrograph analysis, it can be seen that the sounds of different species in a natural healthy habitat actually occupy different frequency bands so that they can effectively communicate. For instance, how a bird sings to their pairs is at a different frequency range to how an insect calls to their mates. Altogether, they form a harmonious orchestra that is the masterpiece of nature. However, these rich tapestries of nature soundscapes are being threatened by climate change and human activity. In the book Wild Soundscapes, sound ecologist Bernie Cross used the example of selective logging. He compared the sound recordings from a site before and after a certain number of trees have been selectively cut down. From a visual point of view, the site might not look that different, but through audio analysis, it is revealed that certain animal species are no longer present in the habitat. The change caused by selective logging could have made this environment inhabitable for them. In the project Fragments of Extinction, researchers went to Amazonian, African, and Borneo regions to look for undisturbed natural habitat to study their acoustic features and found extremely balanced acoustic systems produced by hundreds of species of insects, amphibians, birds, and mammals neatly vocalizing within stunningly regular circadian cycles. The efforts are to preserve these soundscapes and their habitat and highlight both the beauty and the preciousness to the public. In the mini-series, The Sound Aquatic, researchers presented ocean field recordings and demonstrated what they could tell us about the living conditions of the species. I can never forget the moment when I heard the audio recording from the perspective of a fish underwater. Compared to visual experiences, Audio ones are more directly linked to our emotional systems, and I believe hearing the world through the perspective of other species help us to build a stronger empathy for other species beyond ourselves. Based on the foundational knowledge from these fields, for Acoustic Antidote, I would love to fully unleash the potential of findings from these areas and provide experiences that are not only beneficial to the well-being of the listeners, but foster meaningful connection with the environment so that we can take part in better understanding and protecting the planet. Through this process, we're healed by the sound of music and nature, and in return try to find solutions to face problems in the world. The current plans I have for contents include music that provides specific emotional qualities, such as peace, tenderness, and courage. Another strand is to introduce the healing music masters and their bodies of work. We're going through a revival of masters such as Hiroshi Yoshimura, Takashi Kokubo, and Toshiya Sukagawa, who founded the Biosic Institute of Environmental Music. We're continuing a lineage carrying on their treasure of knowledge and creations. In addition to this, I plan on mixing nature sound recordings with music that also introduces the climate, species, and ecosystems behind the recordings, so that we're not only being enthused, but also forming a meaningful connection with the environment. And lastly, I intend to keep digesting research findings from these fields and then summarize them into easier language so that we can have the knowledge and confidence to know that you're benefiting from the experience. In the next step, to fully unleash the potential of these fields, I would love to work with composers, soundscape recordists, and sound ecologists. Even though I can teach myself a lot of the relevant knowledge, I believe it is when their expertise is all combined that the true values of these fields can be revealed. Additionally, Acoustic Antidote could create opportunities for graduates from relevant fields to fully utilize their knowledge to create positive impact in the world. To make this all happen, Acoustic Antidote needs to find a feasible business model so that, while providing values to customers and society, it can also be a self-sustaining business. As the founder myself, I've been seeking support from a few local entrepreneurial circles in terms of training. Currently, I am not asking you for any money, but there is a much easier way to support me if you are interested in the project and its mission. I'm trying to show to potential founders that there is a valid demand for a service like Acoustic Antidote, and if you can write me an email to say that you resonate with my message, and when a finished product is delivered, you will be interested to become a paying customer, and that is enough. I will do the rest of the work to negotiate with potential founders and other experts to get on my team. To be honest, there are many times I felt crippled by fear and doubts of whether this goal could be achieved. But I believe the mission of this project aligns with my life purpose, which is to create a sense of well-being through beauty, compassion, and truth. Now I've reached the end of my introduction. If you're still with me, I wish you a lovely day or evening, wherever you are. See you next time.